Hi Gemini, welcome to your week ahead taroscope with me, Raphael from Reydiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. If you haven't already, please don't forget to like, share, and if you should so choose and it resonates, hit that subscribe button. If you are already a continued sub, you know I love you for it. With that said, if you would like to book a personal reading with me, you can do so on the website addressed below. If you haven't got your seat yet, there is still spaces on the winter solstice session. Get yours now. Before I start, as always, I would like to bless all of my decks of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity, and abundance. And I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise, and they help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. So this week, when I went into my intuition, I kept seeing UFOs, I kept seeing, you know, just really weird stuff, like really sort of alien based type things. And I was like, okay, guys, you know, how does this help? What is it that you're showing me here? And what I actually heard when I focused on that, I was like, right, okay, so what you're showing me is different forms of life, is different aspects of understanding, and maybe even different planes of existence. So what is the underlying message here? And the underlying message was, dare to be different. There are going to be times in life where you stand out, where your opinion goes against the grain. There are going to be times in life, there's going to be times this week, right? This is why it's coming up. There's going to be something this week that sees you at odds with what the status quo is, right? So everybody could be over here saying, no, this is what it is. And you could be over here on your own, like on your ones. And, you know, everybody's kind of like, oh, you know, well, look at that person. Like, and you're standing there with absolute conviction, like, you know what? I don't care. I'm staying here. I'm gonna, you know what, I'm gonna dare to be different. I'm gonna dare to do the thing that nobody else has done. I'm gonna dare to stand on my own if I need to. I'm gonna dare to stand alone if I need to. And, you know, the thing is about that, it's such a powerful way to live your life, because when you can do that completely unfettered, that's total liberation, that's total freedom, and that is when people really start to respect you for walking your own path. So whatever that means to you, I hope it helps. I can give you an example. I remember when I was in year 7, so first year into secondary school, a week in, the sixth formers of the school gave us a quiz, right? And, you know, it was like, if you believe this, go to this side. If you believe that, go to that side. And they asked us this question that was really, it was a challenging question considering we're only like 13. You know, even though you think you know everything, you know you don't. Well, now I know that I didn't know it all, right? But they asked us this question, and I can't remember the exact question, but I remember everybody flocking to one side, and I was like, no, that doesn't feel right to me. This is the answer. So I stood over here, and I remember seeing, like, and I was like, for a moment, you know, sweat beads, snot bubble. I was like, oh my gosh, like, you know, I went against the grain completely. And remember, these are, you know, even though they're my peers, I'd only known these people for a week, and to suddenly go against them that way was a really big thing. And I actually got the question right, you know, and it was like the sixth formers were like, oh my, you know, well done, you know, for standing your ground. But it is a tough moment. Sometimes it's really hard to do that. This is a week to trust yourself, all right? So your destiny card is the Fool. New places, new things, new people. This could, sometimes tarot gets really literal as well, right? And given what your message is, this week somebody might call you a fool. This week somebody might say to you, oh, you know, well, that's foolish, like, you're gonna go and be on your own and do this, this and this. That's fine. You let them think, do, say, be whatever they want to, and you do the same for yourself as well, right? The Fool card is bringing you a fresh start. In some way, shape or form, there is a new beginning happening for you this very week. And it probably relates to the Seven of Wands. You've got to stand your ground, right? I reinforce this message. This week, you may find yourself at odds with the popular opinion, with the status quo, with what everybody else thinks is the right thing to do. This week, you've got to walk your own path, Gemini. This week, you've got to stand up for yourself. You've got to do your own thing, all right? Really, really interesting. And the other thing with the Seven of Wands, it always says that you have the high ground, that you're probably in the right. You just have to have the guts to defend that position. Your insight card, the Death card, right? So as one door opens, so another one shall close. The Death card is an ending or a completion, and as an insight card with the energy that's coming in, it may be that this puts you at odds with people and you say, look, you know what, we're going to have to either agree to disagree or we're going to have to go our separate ways. You are now this week, Gemini, you're at an impasse, right? You're at a moment where there is no other path. It's either we do this together and we go forward like this, or we find a way to diverge, right? This is kind of it. This is a crunch point for you now, and it's going to really require you to dig deep and dare to be different, whatever that means to you. I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff. Take care, live your absolute best self, not just your best life, live your best self, right? Whoever that is to you. Please, if if it's not too personal, feel free to drop a comment and let me know how it shapes up for you. Take care, and I'll see you soon.